Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review, which will be the first one in a long streak of summer 2016 reviews that'll be coming your way in the next month. As you can see, and as I announced in my channel update video earlier today, I'm in a new recording location, so I would love feedback about the sound and the video quality. But today is Wednesday review day, and the anime that I'm reviewing today is New Game, an anime about game development and something that I expected to be joyful and fun. The story of New Game centers around Suzukaze Aoba. She just graduated from high school and managed to land a job at a game development company called Eagle Jump. At her first day at her new job, Aoba discovers that she gets to work on the third installment of one of her favorite games, Fairy's Stories. So then we follow Aoba as she tries to get used to working life together with her co-workers, who all seem to be female for some reason, and the one also being a bit quirkier than the other. First thing that I liked in New Game was the character design, and with that the overall color palette that the studio used. New Game was supposed to be a light-hearted, fun anime, and the studio emphasized that perfectly with the bright colors that it used throughout the entire anime. It's such a simple but an effective thing to do. You can make your anime that much more fun to watch by using the right colors. And that fun character also radiated in the character design. Here in particular, I liked the eyes of the characters. There was a certain sparkle in them that gave the characters a more lively look. The eye design reminded me of the characters from Mayoika, even though that is animated by a totally different studio, being Diomedia instead of Dogakobo. But then I went and looked at some pictures from Plastic Memories, another anime from Dogakobo. Great anime, by the way, surely watch it if you're a fan of romance dramas. But in those pictures, I also noticed that sparkle in the eyes, so that is something that Dogakobo has mastered. Then New Game was supposed to be a light-hearted comedy, and it became exactly that. The comedy was simple but effective. No deep meanings or difficult interactions, but just straight and simple comedy, which was what I expected from this anime. Although I must say that the comedy sometimes was a bit weird. Not that I am complaining, but there were some times where I had to rewind the episode to see if I got that right. And a final thing that also greatly impacted the comedy were the Yuri innuendos between Yagami and Rin, because they were quite strong, especially in the final episodes. But again here, not that I'm complaining. The innuendos made some pretty good comical moments and they were part of New Game's comedy. A first thing or better person that I found deserved more attention and development was Hifumi. The anime stays quite on the surface when it comes to her development. She does become a little bit less shy over the course of the anime, but still I thought that things like her love for cosplay would have been displayed more, so that with the help of Aoba she could have opened up more. Another thing was that this anime did focus on the development of a game, but we get to see very little of it, mostly because of two reasons. Being one, that Aoba only gets into the team very late in the development phase, so we never get to see how the foundations of the game were laid out. And two, every character except for two in this anime work in the character design department. So we do get to see how characters get designed, but other elements of the game like programming, script writing or voice acting never get shown. So despite New Game giving us an insight in the game's development, it's only a small niche in the bigger structure that lies behind said game. And a final negative point was that although I liked the character design and the overall colors of the anime, there were some times when the animation showed signs of budget shortage. I especially noticed it when there were a lot of people in one shot. Our main characters, who would be on the foreground, would be animated as normal. But I noticed that the characters on the background would be completely still. They were not animated at all, but simply drawn into place. So probably that was to save budget, but it was something that was very noticeable. So as a conclusion, New Game became what I expected to become. It was an overall simple, but therefore not less entertaining anime, and I like having one or two of those in my schedule. So for this fun and entertainment, I'm going to rate New Game at 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is a light-hearted anime that you should give a try if you're into the simpler comedy animes. Another anime that used this concept of giving us an insight into a development process is Shirobako. I personally haven't seen this anime yet, but it gets praises from everywhere, and it even won the Tokyo Anime Award in 2016, beating hyped up animes like One Punch Man and Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso. So from what I've heard, Shirobako gives us a very detailed insight into the development process of an anime, I think. So there it should complement New Game. And with that I conclude my review of New Game. As usual, you can find the full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put it in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. Then I will say arigatou gozaimasu, and I will see you all in the next video.